Hi guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the episode of Total War Arena. So what we're doing today, we are taking a bit of a look again at the Romans, the tier 5s, the Principes, or other variant of pronunciation which I've since forgotten since I last played these guys. We have got the Roman medium infantry weekend coming up this weekend, so I thought, well, it's time to break these guys out again. I've not really played the Roman Infantry very much at all since we've gone to open beta. Obviously, I'm only at tier 5. We're not quite fully upgraded, but we're certainly getting there. Since it's the medium weekend, I'm probably going to go for the body armor. Body armor upgrade, obviously, the Lorica Hamata. With +9 body armor, 5 melee defense, certainly respectable. Which will carry over probably to the tier 6s, I guess, in some sense. It's this sturdy version. That's stupid. But at least most of the equipment is applicable. I've pretty much all there is to say. Let's hop into a battle with these guys. Sulla is obviously, well, I assume he is fully upgraded at tier 5. Yes, he is, because I use it for my javelins, you see. So he's quite a little bit ahead, tier 7, almost tier 8 now. He's quite well upgraded on these guys already. So yeah, let's hop into a battle and see how we get on with these guys. So we are loading into the battle of Hadrian's Wall. One thing I'm noticing more and more, obviously, with the commander XP changes is obviously there's less and less variety in the commanders. We're seeing that in sort of all these Germanicuses that we're getting like on the lower tier games, which is kind of good for us because as a Sulla player, I think, well, a good Sulla player should be able to probably outplay a Germanicus player really, because I can bait his vengeance, use my wit to escape. Doesn't mean that's necessarily how it's going to go with me, because I'm not necessarily a good player, and specifically not a good Sulla player, but still, we shall see. So first things first, let's just get prescription going on one of our units, and then let's whip ourselves and get moving up the hill. Obviously, normally pretty slow, these Romans. Obviously, it makes quite a big difference. I think it's, what are we, 20%, something like that at this level. Movement speed buff, or if not higher. 16, unfortunately only 16. It does ramp up quite a bit as you get to the higher tiers. But still only 16 at this point. It still takes you some, 4.3. It's not a poor movement speed by any means. So we're not doing too badly out of it. So we have got some enemy tier 4 archers we've got to watch out for. Have we got any friendly archers with us? No, we haven't. But we've got quite a lot of units here if a fight breaks out versus enemy infantry. And obviously we are top tier in this matchmaking by the looks of things. So we could do okay yet. Got to be careful of these enemy archers. I see no immediate way around that at the moment. It may just be one unit of archers anyway if it's his Zen Master, which obviously doesn't worry me. Someone's tactically deployed a few stakes there. Oh, we'll stop there because we're in peeler range of those stakes if anyone tries to go and destroy them. Obviously they have full visibility on us because obviously they have the observation tower. I don't know where the archers are, why they're not firing. Let's wait for them to come clear. Go for the cavalry, might as well. Should provide us a nice few points in the damage there. And let's move in against this guy if he's going to be attacking. At least with one unit. Oops, didn't go quite according to plan. We're not going to get much on this guy by the looks of him. Let's try and move one unit in on the flanks. I activated whip and fortify in the wrong unit. We should be comparable on these two guys. We'll get our prescription activated on this unit and deactivated on that unit. So this is the unit that is causing the debuff to the enemy's abilities. Obviously try and keep our strikes cycling. Keep our whip cycling. If Stey's going to start trying to flank us, then we shall move in. These Hastati, we should really be able to beat them without too much trouble. Just keep our guys cycling. We'll go for our fortify. So we should have fortify on all our units. We can check it across the top, which we now do. We don't have our whip back on all of our units yet. We're a little bit out of sync, to be honest, which is kind of unhelpful. We're being pushed pretty hard across the board, to be honest. There's quite a lot of enemies here. Let's keep our units cycling. But we've got more allies turning up, so I don't think we're going to retreat quite yet. We're decimating these Hastati pretty strongly. We're going to get our whip back. There we go. Obviously that gives us quite a bit of increase to melee attack, which allows us to keep the pressure on these hoplites. We are facing off against hoplites head on, which is obviously not a good thing to be doing, but we're still faring pretty favourably, to be honest. So certainly getting a lot of aggression points. And we're pretty much holding up the entire enemy team through the centre of this gap, but we're not taking that many casualties. Because you know, remember, our Fortify is giving us a massive shield melee defence bonus, which is meaning it's quite hard for the enemies to land attacks on us. You should be going for them. You should be going for them. And you can be focusing on the remains of these units there, look. So keep our units going. Starting to rack up a good amount of damage against these Carthaginians now. I suspect, to be honest, they're probably at maximum fatigue and the player doesn't quite know what to do, which is why I suspect we're able to push into them quite brutally. Let's keep it on those Hastati. Some rear flanking cavalry. Not worried in the slightest about that sort of thing. Some tier 4 light barbarian cavalry in the back of my Romans is not going to do me any harm at all, really. We're going to deactivate our Fortify because obviously it gives us a massive movement speed debuff having Fortify activated. So we don't want that on if we can help it. Let's try and push around the back of these Hastati. We should get at least a rear flank on them. Hopefully a left flank as well. We do. There we go. They're going to rout. And let's go straight through the gap. Forwards, 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 forwards. We'll pull you one unit back into the back of these Hastati. Not all of you though. You guys out as well. Time to start pressuring these archers. If anything, you never know, it could be enough of a slowdown just to allow us to catch up. So those guys should be routing the enemy Hastati, which they, of course they are. Okay, I don't think we're going to catch them. Let's pull back into cover. Okay, looks like, well, we might have won this flank. Doesn't look like we're winning anything else. So let's pull these units back. Obviously, we're going to take damage now from the enemy archers. I know that. But we'll have to live with that. These Carthaginians have got themselves in a nice position. Looks like these Hastati have realised, though, and also pushing round. Obviously what I'm intending to do as well. Just get a bit of damage on them. And then look at pulling our other two units back down to space. Looks like we're losing this battle pretty badly. To try and keep the pressure on, finish off these units here. And then let's get back. Okay. If we're going to try me with an opportunity like that. Shame I don't have a charge. Can't quite get close enough. Okay. We needed a charge in that sort of situation, I think. Okay, let's get our units back to base, activate our whip, and start to pull back. There's nothing here that I really I'm going to be able to convincingly catch. I'm not chasing a unit of Hastati around the entire map. What have the enemy got available to them? Cavalry, javelins. They haven't actually got that much available in terms of infantry. So these guys over here, these Principes coming down. These javelins and archers, they have just got range left, and we haven't got anything range left. A handful of javelins who are just promptly about to die. Although I think those cavalry did as much damage to themselves running into the wall as they did the enemy. But let's try and get stuck into these enemy Principes. You know, probably not a fight we're going to win, but at least allows us to apply a bit of damage. Why have I still got Fortify on 2 of my units? That is stupid, because it means we're going slowly. And obviously the cooldown, the toggle cooldown is so low on it, it really makes no difference. Right, let's get these units stuck in as soon as we can. Try and keep this unit to this side so I can bring this unit round. Are they going to go for a... We might as well get this unit in because it's at least provides me with the opportunity of taking a bit of cover from their enemy archers. Fortunately, we're going to lose this because they've got all their archers in there and I haven't got a javelin or anything to throw at these guys. But still, we gave it a fair fight. We got just over 3,000 aggression damage. They're kind of cool, these guys. I do like the Sulla Romans. They really are quite a nice unit to play. I like the extra maneuverability you get. That's the biggest problem I find with Germanicus, is the fact that none of his abilities or none of the unit abilities ever give a movement speed buff. And I find that just really infuriating. So yeah, I like Sulla for that. His whip is really nice, gives a really good movement speed, and gets even better later on. Plus the fact I actually quite like Fortify. You know, I like the fact that all that melee defense makes it pretty hard for the enemy to land hits on you. You know, if you don't know how it... Oh, that's nice. We'll have that. There we go. We've got all our upgraded body armor, and we're ready to go for the Legionnaires now. What did I put our body armor at? 115, 126. Pretty decent, really, for tier 5. But yes, we were talking about melee defense. So shields, if you don't know, body armor and shields kind of work in the same sense. So you have your melee defense, which is your unit's ability to block, which in this case is 42 plus 5, so 47, which is decent, pretty standard, but pretty decent melee defense, and that determines how likely you are to block an enemy hit landing on you. Then if you are facing an enemy frontally with your shield, and your unit actually has a shield, then you also have shield armor and shield melee defense. So in this case, our shield melee defense is what, 30, 24 plus 6. But on top of that, ours goes up by like 160% or something. So that goes up from 30 to like 60 or something like that, 65, 70. And that means you're getting combined over 100 melee defense, really, which is really quite good. Your combined defense ability is then sort of exceeding most people's melee attack at this tier. So that means the chance of an enemy actually landing a hit on you is pretty low. It doesn't matter if they have a really high amount of damage per hit when they land a hit, if they can't actually land a hit in the first place. So that's why the Fortify is quite nice. Combined with the fact that then you get a whip, which gives you a massive amount of melee attack. And a little bit of penetration damage that increases your weapon damage slightly as well. Means that you're able to resist attacks really easily while landing attacks on the enemy very easily. And just to top it off, you debuff their melee attack even more by 52% from your prescription. So that means they're even less likely to land a hit. So they've got a low melee attack and you've got a really high melee defense, basically. So I think it's just a perfect combination. I love him. I think he's one of the best commanders. And if you run into someone and activate Vengeance, you will lose head on to a Vengeance. Just pull out, deactivate your Fortify, pop your whip, and sort of out of the fight. Wait till the 10 seconds till their Vengeance is deactivated, and then go back in. So yeah, perfect unit. Love the commander. So thank you for watching. Hopefully this is an interesting little detour. Obviously we don't do the Romans very often, although maybe I should be sort of playing a bit more of them really to get back into them. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like. Let me know what you think about the Romans and Sulla down in the comments below, and we shall see you all on the next video.